Okay, it's been a while since I recorded a video. I also have not recorded that many videos in general, so apologies if I'm a bit rusty. But practice makes perfect, and I have not been practicing, so therefore I am not perfect. Alright, that said, I'm going to do a Oculus VR for a game that I don't think has a lot of Oculus VR videos, and that is Tetris effects on the Xbox Game Pass. It's funny because I like Tetris. Nobody can say they particularly dislike Tetris. It's a game. It's loved by young and old, but at the same time, you don't go out of your way to play it. If you have like a old device or something, and you're like, I feel like playing Tetris, you might play it. If it's on it, maybe if you're waiting for the bus or something. And the reason I started playing this was because I got my Oculus headset and was desperate to find games. I was hoping the Game Pass PC games would have a wide variety of games I could play on Game Pass on VR. Fortunately not. They've only got Microsoft Flight Simulator, which I haven't played yet. Because I was struggling to get a flight stick, which I have now. I'll talk about that in a bit. And they had this. So I said, well, Tetris it is. And I've been playing it pretty much daily, or at least every other day, since I discovered VR. It's so immersive. The music, which I don't think you guys can hear in this video, is really cool. The Oculus does have some simple speakers in them, but as it advises you, if you put headphones in, it just adds to the immersion. As you move the blocks, it affects the beat, and sound effects happen when you manage to get Tetris blocks and things like that. Visually, the backgrounds are really cool, and it's just easy to get lost in time just playing Tetris. I wouldn't say, go out and buy a VR headset so you can play Tetris. There's a lot better and more immersive games, and again, I get onto this in a bit. The flight simulator games like Star Wars Squadrons and Microsoft Flight Simulator are most definitely the kind of games you want to be buying a VR headset for. But if you happen to have one, and you also happen to have Microsoft Game Pass, then yeah, play it. It's good. As you can see, I'm not very good at Tetris, and this is by no means a pro guide or how to play. This is just a casual guy who's thrown on Tetris. I couldn't tell you the last time I played Tetris before this. When you start up, you see the difficulty settings. Beginner, normal, hard. I thought to myself, "Oh, once upon a time, I think I was quite good at Tetris. Maybe I should just whack it on hard. Like who forgets how to play Tetris? Nobody. Luckily, I thought to myself, forget or not forget, I haven't played in a while. So normal difficulty to warm up is probably the right idea. And then once I get the rust out, I'll put it up to hard. Mate, I've considered putting it down to easy. Forget about putting it up to hard. I think my pride alone is the only reason I haven't actually put it on easy difficulty. It's hard. It's hard. I googled and I saw people online and said this game's too hard. I wouldn't say it's too hard. It's just clearly, if you don't play Tetris regularly, it's gonna get difficult, especially when they up the speeds on you like they're doing now. So if you're wondering how the speed increase works, it literally just does it with the music, or once you get to a certain point, and then you've got so many lines that will just whack up the speed, and as you can see, it will slow it right down again as the backgrounds change, as the beats change, as the music. It's cool. And again, it sort of adds to the immersion. except when you're dying, and it just adds to the stress. But I mean, if you're dyslexic, might not be the game for you. Dyslexic, sorry, not dyslexic. Is it epileptic? I think it's epileptic, where you can be affected by flashing lights, because as you can see, it gets really trippy. So yeah, if you're prone to epileptic fits, it might not be a wise game. So I'm actually gonna have to go back and quit, and start again. So yeah, going back to my difficulty thing. So I chose normal. First few, I'll quickly go over these old levels. First few times I played, couldn't get higher than E's and D's, right? Even when I didn't die, once you got through the whole area, because you play in areas. If you die, as you saw, you can continue where you left off, or you can quit and try and go back to the beginning. So I realised, obviously, when you die, the score resets. So at first I thought, oh, okay, I'm getting these low scores because I died and didn't accumulate enough score before I got to the end. So, okay. Then I done it without dying, and I'd get like a D grade. And I was like, well, what's happening here? So then I realised that you don't, not only do you not have to die, but you also have to get most of your points via combos and Tetris. So if you're wondering, that's why I'm not making easy lines, because I'm trying to pile up as high as possible and then drop down lines on the side in order to get Tetris. And it somewhat worked for me up until now, so I went back over those old levels and redone them, knowing how you get high scores. But the highest I've got is a B grade, which is obviously a lot better than an E, but I think the highest you can get is something like double S. I mean, my hat's off to the people good enough to get double S rank playing this game. You must be damn good. Because when I get my first A grade, I'll be over the moon, and that doesn't even feel like it's gonna happen anytime soon, unless I put it on easy. Another feature you can use, which I'm forgetting to use probably because I'm chatting, is they've got a hold queue. I don't remember hold queues existed on old Tetris. Perhaps it did and I just forgot. But I can pull a trigger if I get a piece I don't like, and I just tried to do it with that block and I pressed the wrong button. That's really annoying. I can pull a trigger and it puts that piece in the whole queue. And well, this is a terrible first attempt. Let's go back to the draw board. I swear it's because I'm talking. I'm slightly better than this. Not much better than this, but slightly. Yeah, the piece goes in the hold queue and swaps for the next piece that's coming down the line. You can only do one swap at a time. By that I mean, once you've swapped, the next piece that drops, you have to place it before you're allowed to swap again. It's a useful way to get yourself out of trouble if you're going to fail with a piece like I just did there. It's almost like a bailout option, because when you swap, the next piece coming down the line starts all the way from the top again, so you can kind of fix a mistake-ish. But yeah, other than that, other than the whole queue and the music changing speed thing, because yeah, in traditional Tetris, you would choose the speed and it would just play at that speed the whole game, right? I think this makes it, the fact that the speed just changes on you makes it way harder, because it just catches you off guard because it's so sudden. Like that, it just all of a sudden you just have to react to it, and I find it hard to tell how long it's going to last for. I'm sure if you're really good with music or something, you can probably figure it out, but oh god, stressful. Tetris is cool. I'll be doing some other videos on. By the way, I can't. I got my headset on, so I have no idea if my cats are in the background. I got two cats, Midnight Domino. You know, their names probably give away which one is which once you see them. My lovely cats I picked up in quarantine, who have kept me company alongside my girlfriend. Anyway, I digress. So, I did get a flat stick. Barely. So I wanted to get that hot ass one flight stick for the Xbox One, the one that you can use on your Xbox and the PC. They're sold out everywhere. From what I've read online, as soon as Microsoft announced the new flight simulator, they basically sold out everywhere. You can find them online, like on Amazon and things, but if you can find them for ridiculous prices, like they RRP about £75. I think the cheapest I've seen on Amazon or somewhere was someone reselling it for like £200, and there's no way I'm paying that. I'd rather wait. I mean, as much as I want the flight stick. Like, I'm patient. There's plenty of other VR games I can play with the VR controllers, like I'm using now for Tetris, to keep me occupied in the VR world until they have till the normal stores have stock of the flight stick and I can pay normal prices. I don't believe in scalping, man. I haven't really wanted anything that badly. Saying that though, so the flight stick I got was there's a basic Windows flight stick. Thrustmaster flight stick, I mean. That RRP is about £70. It's got about 4 buttons on it. I managed to find one on Amazon going for 30 quid. I was annoyed because technically, that is a scalp. It is RRP'd 17 quid, but I thought, you know what? 30 quid is not that bad. I mean, it's not like the Hot Ass one where, they RRP 75, you're setting them for 200. I was like, you know what? 30 quid isn't going to kill me. Let me try it. And then maybe it will be good enough until the hot ass ones come back in stock in normal stores. The answer to was it good enough was for me, no. But not because it wasn't a good joystick and playable. It doesn't have enough buttons. Obviously, as you can see with VR, I can't see anything but the game as per design, right? The Star Wars Squadron was the game I tried to play with it. I didn't even attempt Microsoft Flight Simulator because I thought there's no way I'll be able to play a flight sim like that with just this simple joystick. I'm sure I'm going to need a much better one. I was correct. Because even on Star Wars, you can only use that joystick if you use the keyboard at the same time, because there's only 4 buttons and you need at least 12 to be able to use a joystick, or if you've got a joystick and a thruster combination, it needs to be at least 12 buttons to be able to use that alone. So yeah, I wasn't able to play the game properly. What I did is I went into practice mode and just kind of flew the plane around with basic controls. With the 4 buttons and the actual stick itself, you can fly the plane. The reason you need 12 buttons is because of all of the, weapon systems and navigation this and accessing the menus and things like that. Oh no, I mean, I'm gonna die now. That's annoying. Anyway, so that's why you need one with 12 sticks. And obviously, if I was not playing with a VR headset, I could just, I'd be able to see my keyboard, so I could just use both. Or maybe I could even buy one of those mini gaming keyboards and have it next to the flight stick. But it's too. Oh, it's too hard to tell where the buttons are if you can't see them. Like, you're always gonna hit the wrong button trying to find the right button, and when you're in a flight simulator where you're flying around space having battles, it's not an ideal scenario, right? So after playing around with it for a bit, I said, okay, I like the feel, and but I need a flight stick that has 12 buttons so I can use nothing but the flight stick and be able to play in VR. Yeah, so that's my tip if you think about getting a simple 4-button flight stick. If you're willing to use a keyboard as well, go for it. Anyway, so what I did find is this random Chinese mate called I think it's called the PX11. Like, they're everywhere. Like, if you go on Amazon, there's loads of different sellers selling it. Interestingly enough, they don't call it the PX. Most sellers don't call it the PX11. They call it whatever the name of their game shop is, and then flat stick. But you look at it and you can clearly see it's the PX11. If you know what that is, I mean, some of them have pictures where they've removed the branding. So, like where I bought it from, I didn't know it was a PX11 until it came, and that was written on the box. And then when I Googled it and searched it, I saw loads of people using it. I couldn't find a single YouTube video in English of someone reviewing the flight stick. I'm damn near willing to say I might be the first one that ends up doing it. I found some various European ones where people were reviewing it, but not an English one. When I did type in PX11 to Amazon, that I did find more sellers selling it. And for various prices. Some people, I managed to get it for about 35 quid, and I was like, okay, cool. Again, it has 12 buttons. It has a thruster on the joystick. I was like, this will do. Again, it's a 35 quid. I don't mind paying that for something to tie me over until the hot ass ones come back in stock. I haven't properly played with it yet, but just to make sure it works. Obviously, sometimes with these Chinese imports, the thing might not even work. So just to make sure it works, I plugged it in. Again, went into practice mode and literally just flew the plane round and tried all the buttons to make sure they'd done things for about 5 minutes. It did. So I was like, great. It was during the day I was supposed to be working, so I was like, okay, I can't play now. And turn it off and I play later. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm getting worse at Tetris as time goes by. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be my next video, me flying around finally. First with some Star Wars, and then eventually I'll whack on Flight Simulator. I'm not sure how long I'll play it, because the flying is fun. I'm not sure if personally I'll get so into it that I'll do nothing else but flying. Like, Star Wars is attractive because you're flying and it's a game. I do like the idea of flying real world planes in simulation and flying around the world, though. It's pretty cool, but I don't know how long before the novelty will wear off for me and I'll be like, okay, I can't bother anymore. But who knows, maybe I'll be so immersed, I'll be like flying around all day. Have you guys heard about those people who actually learn how to really fly planes for these simulators? Like, I've seen YouTube videos of like a news report. I saw a guy who stole a plane and was able to take off and fly it around till sadly he crashed and died. He probably had some mental health issues. But yeah, he had no formal flight training. Never flown a real plane before. But he had racked up many hours on the flight sim. And yeah, got in a plane that he'd simulated flying, I assume, for hours and hours and hours, and flew. It's nuts to think about. Imagine, like, Imagine learning how to fly a plane from nothing else but a flight simulator. No. Oh, I think I hear my cat walking around my desk in front of me. Don't know if you can see her. Probably Domino. Domino is the main cat that likes to jump on the desk. Midnight jumps up from time to time, but Domino jumps up there regularly because she likes looking at the screen up close, and she also likes it when I stroke her and she's on the desk. Anyway, back to the plane flying thing. That kind of... hold on, just to be clear, I don't want to steal a plane. However, the idea that I could sort of learn how to fly a plane, even if it was only basically from a flight simulator, is kind of cool. Because I feel like it might be a secret life skill. I might be the guy who, God forbid, I'm on a plane and, it starts going down. Like both the pilot and the co-pilot are somehow knocked out, and someone's like, what are we going to do? There's no one to fly the plane. I might be able to go, actually, I've got 200 hours on a flight sim flying this exact plane. I think I can land it. And then, I could save lives. Imagine the press. And most importantly, not just save my own life. If I'm like, I'm sure me nor anybody else on the plane would want to die. Maybe there should be, or at least one passenger on every flight who has flight sim experience. Oh my God! From the lottery chance that somehow the pilot and the co-pilot both get knocked out simultaneously, and someone needs to land the plane. Thinking about it, with modern day technology, can't they just remote control the plane? Actually, yeah. The more I think about it, an autonomous plane seems something that is more viable to me than an autonomous car because of the lack of obstacles in the air. Right? You would think it would be easier to program some sort of computer to be able to fly a plane and land it, because if you look how big those runways are, then you would drive a car when you've got so many variables, traffic, people, animals, Anyway, but I wonder, let me know in the comments, how comfortable would you feel for a computer to fly the plane for you? How far would you travel? Would you fly across the planet in nothing, when there was no pilot on the plane, just to... I mean, I think I've heard that there's a lot of autopilot in flying anyway. I feel like I even heard that pilots mainly just take off and land, and in the air the computer does all the work. I don't know how true that is. I don't know anything about flying planes. But how would you feel if from start to finish, take off to land, it was just a computer program flying you? You know what? I might say I might feel safer, I might be more inclined, because I'm somewhat attracted of removing human error and removing human emotion. If there's a sudden bad storm, the computer's not going to panic. It's going to have protocols of what to do. Same time though, I'm terrified of hackers. I mean, if it's on some sort of network, which it would have to be, it's going to be hackable. So I'd be terrified of someone hacking the plane and remotely crashing us. Cyber terrorism is a real thing. You would hope they would put incredible amounts of security on it, but from what I understand about hacking, there's nothing that's entirely foolproof, and where there's a will, there's a way. So suddenly terrorists would have the ability to crash my plane and not even be on the damn thing. Be sitting at home, hacking me via some satellite and crash my plane. So yeah, that'd be scary. But providing the qualified IT specialists put enough security, I'd be game. Especially if it reduced the cost of flying, but I doubt it would because the absence of a pilot probably isn't going to do a huge amount to the cost of a plane ticket, unfortunately. That's the point. What is the benefit? Maybe 24-hour flights. Airlines that operate at night, probably because they don't want tired pilots crashing planes, but computers don't get tired, so you could literally have 24-hour flights. And then more flights might decrease the cost of flying because there'll be more flights available. More seats on planes because there's more planes. What other benefits could you get from... pilots themselves probably wouldn't appreciate it because it would probably... Pilots themselves probably wouldn't appreciate it because if it really worked that well, it'd probably lead to a lot of job losses. They talk about automating all jobs. Maybe they automate air hostessing as well. Have some vending machines and things like that on planes or some robot that delivers food. Then what staff members do you even have on a plane at that point? Now, as much as I could get on board with not having a computer pilot, I don't think I'd be down with not having staff whatsoever on the flight because people are wild, and the last thing anyone needs is some idiot causing trouble on a plane when you're thousands of miles in the air. Running around the aisles, getting drunk, getting leery, jumping out the plane. So yeah, there's no way you can't have any form of security on the plane. But maybe it can get to the point where it's just like security and no one else. That would save airlines a lot of money and cost a lot of people jobs. This is a random conversation, though. How did we get from Tetris to flight sims to automated planes and terrorism? Only on this YouTube channel. Yeah, I jest. Oh my god. Maybe I should have good gamer YouTubers get lots of followers and videos. Maybe I should have waited till I was actually really good at Tetris. At this rate, probably about 1,000 hours from now, and then started making these videos. This is a let's play, man. I didn't. This ain't no pro gamer video. This is just someone who's having fun with VR. I'm getting damn near tempted to just. I'm actually trying to get better, which is why I keep restarting. I'm getting damn near tempted to just finish it, like accept the fails, take the E grade, finish it, and I think that's the end of the game. But I've managed to get through all the areas with trying to get higher scores and not dying and getting at least C grade. So I kind of, and if this is the last area, it's like I don't want to stop now. As you can see, I made it all the way to the 4th world, once at least, before I collapsed. So I'm sure I can get there again. Whether I can do it in this YouTube video is unlikely. This YouTube video will probably become about 7 hours long before I achieve it at this rate. So I'm probably going to call it soon from this video's perspective. Look, I'm so immersed. Back on this VR immersion thing, right? I have no idea how long this video's gone on. Until I take off this headset and see how long I've been chatting away and recording. No idea how long the video's going to be. Like, I've lost a good couple hours here and there with this headset on, but to me it's felt like I was playing for like half an hour tops. So immersive. I think they give you a bunch of warnings when you start doing this thing to take breaks and things like that. And I get it because you can just can get lost in this. Some of these games. I played a flight sim that was designed to work with just these controls. I played a demo of it. I can't remember the name. It was on the Oculus store somewhere. They had a demo, so I thought, okay, I'll give this a go. Didn't like it at all. Controls were clunky. Tracking was hard. It kept losing where my hands were. I couldn't touch things properly, but I managed to complete the demo, which is sort of challenging. But because the controls were so fiddly, I was like, nah. It whet my appetite more for flight sims, but I was like, nah, I want an actual throttle. They certainly have not perfected the art of just using these. But, I wouldn't be adverse to playing a flight stick with these because I guess having a throttle does help with immersion, but for me, as just someone who wants to play with it for fun, to an extent that the VR is enough. So I could get behind flight sims with the Oculus controls. Because there's something about having these kind of joysticks one in each hand almost makes you feel like you're in some sort of spaceship or something different. Like, you could play a fight sim with a normal Xbox controller or PlayStation controller or whatever. But at that point, I feel like I'm getting distracted from the immersion if I'm using a control pad and flying a plane. I need something that's not a control pad to make me feel that I might be in a plane. But throttle is best. Get yourself a throttle. If you're lucky enough to have one, get a VR. Saying that, I think I eventually want to try some racing games like Need for Speed or Burnout, something like that. Whatever that type of racing game that's been designed for VR. But I doubt I'll buy a driving wheel to play it. I mean, never say never, but something about a racing game. Maybe it's because I've played so many racing games with pads, but I never really played flight simulators before. Something about a racing game just makes me not feel particularly compelled to buy a driving stick. I don't know what it is. I'm just not fussed. I feel like the controller's enough. I don't really need a wheel. I was never really that into driving with unless I'm driving an actual car, obviously. But with games, I'm fine with a controller. I think there's something about having driven an actual car that probably makes me less attracted. Yeah, I'm pretty sure as a kid, before I'd actually driven a car, I probably preferred steering wheels more then. As an adult, because I can drive a car, I'm just like, yeah, if I want a real driving experience, I'll drive a car in real life. But I can't fly a plane. So VR and flight sticks are the next best option. I feel like wheels take up too much space as well. Like flight stick just sits there in front of you nicely, and wheels take up a lot of space. And like I said, never say never. Maybe someone will give me one, or I'll find one reasonably priced, or I'll enjoy a racing game so much I'll get the urge. Who knows? I'll see. I've bought a boxing game. Can't remember the name of it, but it had really good reviews. Meant to be good for exercise, so I'll play that next as well. I just had a thought with these videos. Like I promise you, I'm hopefully the screen's moving enough to say that I really am using the headset. But I don't know why anyone would do this. But I suppose you could keep your head really still, record a video where you're actually just playing with a control pad or something, or maybe you weren't even playing at all, but pretend that you're doing VR. Or maybe if your headset was broken, who knows. But no, I'm doing this legitly badly. Holy crap, man. I don't know. I've done one other gaming video on the channel so far, where my performance was much better because I was actually decent at the game, which was Gears Tactics. Maybe I should revisit that game. That game was fun. As well, once I completed the main story, I didn't really have a huge desire to play the aftergate content, but I might do. And it'd be good to do it without save scumming, as they call it. I admit I save scum a fair bit in that game, man. And I think most people do that, play those games. I didn't do it too much, but maybe I done it more so in the beginning, somewhat throughout, but I did get to a point where I was good enough to not need to rely on it too heavily. To be fair, I was playing on legendary difficulty there, and it just punish you, man. Like, you click one move wrong and it wipe out your entire squad. So it'd be interesting to play it. I think now that I've completed the story and I've got it out my system, perhaps I wouldn't be averse going back and playing it without save scumming. So if someone dies, they die. Because with those games, like Gears Tactics, you can have real deaths. Apart from the main characters. If the main characters aren't allowed to die, you get game over if they die in a mission. But side characters that make up most of your army, because usually you can have 4 people in Gears Tactics, and up to 4 should I say, but most of the missions you only have like 1 or 2 story characters. I think there's even some missions where you can have no story characters if you want, like the side missions, things like that, and they can just die. When you can recruit people to replace them. So yeah, I might try a non-save scum attempt and just see who I end up with, and see if I can finish missions when I've lost people and stuff like that. It might be fun, but stressful. I'm not, and I guess I should do a legendary difficulty for full immersion, and then I make a separate save file for it with my main save file. I'll maybe try and do some of the end game stuff. I wonder if they've made any DLC for it yet. They released it on consoles now, which, well, one side of me is glad. More people playing the game increases the odds of more content for the game. Maybe new missions, maybe a new campaign or something. At the same time, a part of me was a little like, I'm not gonna lie. So I've got an Xbox and a game PC, obviously. I mainly got the gaming PC to play Game Pass PC games, to be truth be told. And that's the thing. The more Game Pass PC games that they start releasing on both, which from a business perspective makes sense, because you keep a wider customer base happy if you're Microsoft. But I kind of, now that I've got a gaming PC, I lose my kind of, I can play that game, but you with the console can't. Or because I can play both. So. And then it kind of makes me go, well, did I even need to buy such an expensive gaming PC? Because if I'm mainly playing Game Pass PC games, but all the Game Pass PC games that I'm getting, or at least the ones I want to play, start coming out on console anyway, and it's like, well, I don't even bother. Could have just carried on playing on my Xbox. I've got the Series X, by the way. Technically, I kind of got both. I bought my girlfriend the Series S. That's her one, and I got myself the Series X. However, for a tactical game like Gears Tactics, keyboard and mouse is definitely an overall better experience than doing it with a controller. But the controller controls they designed for it worked quite well. Like, if I'd played with the pad first, I don't think it would have bothered me. But you know, those kind of games just feel more natural with a keyboard and mouse for obvious reasons. New Xboxes are basically mini PCs now anyway, man. Microsoft should probably just hurry up and launch a official Xbox keyboard and mouse and just let console gamers use them like PCs. I'm sure they thought of that already. I mean, the thing looks like a mini PC, right? Look at the design. I think I've got an unboxing video on my channel. Obligatory unboxing video. Well, no unboxing video like that. It wasn't even so much for views. It was just a bit like, yeah, I managed to get one legit from Microsoft. You know, no scalping. No, I didn't get my Series X. No, I got my Series X from Curry's. I got the Series S from the Microsoft store online. So the pandemic hit, I almost panicked freaking because I saw that stores were closing like the week that I was meant to be collecting my Xbox. I was like, and I had it on click and collect at Curry's because I didn't manage to get the Curry's one online. I was luckily able to get a store reservation. So I thought, oh my gosh, am I not going to be able to get my Xbox because I can't go to the store? But yeah, they let you do click and collect. So, but you had to have paid them to full. So they put something on Twitter which I was lucky to have seen. I saw it by pure chance. Where it was like, apparently they tried to call me, but I missed the call. But it was like, on the day, it was like, if you don't come and pay for your Xbox in full today, then you won't be able to collect it on the day of release. I was like, Jesus Christ! Like, quickly ran out my house and ran there and paid for it. I would have been so annoyed if I didn't get one because it's still out of stock everywhere you look. Considering I have a gaming PC and I have the One X, I wasn't in that much of a rush really. Even if I didn't get it, I could have waited. I certainly would not have indulged in scalpers. I'm actually trying to concentrate now. I think I want starting to get a bit tired. I think on one or two proper attempts where I'm not talking as much and I'm actually focusing on playing. See if I can actually do it. If not, I'm going to have to call it a night, go work in the morning. This is a spontaneous record. It's because I've been saying every week for the last couple of months, I'm going to record a video, and just don't end up doing it. You got to respect these YouTubers that do their daily videos. Now, I don't even do proper editing and things at this stage because I don't feel like I have the time, and for me, I'm still kind of just slowly getting into just talking on camera and things like that. But all type those YouTubers that, especially the ones that aren't like making enough money to do it full time, and you're finding the time to, for goodness sake, you're finding the time to record, edit, do everything, and then go to work as well. But I suppose when you enjoy what you do, it's possible. And I think I said in one of my earlier videos, I'd love to get a couple of YouTube plaques to stick on my wall and be happy with that. You know what I mean? I don't know if I could ever do this sort of thing for a living. Might be cool. I'll never be that big there. I'm one of millions of little YouTube channels throwing out videos. I wish I could go back and tell my 15-year-old self, like, oh, this is going to be huge, get into it, do it properly. Back then I would have had the enthusiasm to try and keep it up as well. You know, try and become the next KS, because, you know, the KSIs of the world, that's really it. They started from a young age, relatively young age, like they started in their teens or whatever, and some of them just started, you know, basic playing one game or something, and then just kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and now they're literally multi-millionaires. Some of them, from doing YouTube, could retire at the age of 25 if they wanted to. But yeah, but this is just gonna be a casual hobby for me, throwing up games. Whenever I feel like recording a video of randomness, just doing it. I need to record more though. I need to, because nothing will grow if I don't. I'm gonna do some more vlogging, because you can see I can chat for a while. So I watch wrestling, I watch anime, I read comics, I read manga. I watch a lot of movie. I was one of those movie pass cinema goers before the world ended with this virus. I could do my own movie reviews. I watch a lot of movie reviews. Like I watch Angry Joe's movie reviews and things like that. Could do my own. Wouldn't mind doing skits if I could think. I feel like with a skit, I feel like I could act well in a skit. Whether or not I could design one, come up with a script funny enough is a whole different kettle of fish. If I do one day, I'll give it a shot. I'm sure if I put my mind to it, I could do a funny little skit. Come on. I don't see myself as a skit YouTuber though. I'd rather have like a channel like this where I'm vlogging and things, and occasionally I throw up a skit. I don't think I'd like the pressure of constantly having to think of new skits. Like, I don't like, these guys are so creative. I don't know how they continuously think of new skit upon skit upon skit upon skit. But they're awesome. But back to that editing and whatever point, I long for the day that my channel becomes big enough that I get approached by an editor and I can actually afford to just give them a little bit of my ad revenue to edit my videos for me. I would outsource that immediately, because I'm all for the recording and the chatting and whatever, but the recording, but the adding effects and this and that and this, and you know, these dedicated YouTubers, I think they probably spend longer editing the videos, most of these videos, than they do recording them. I'm sure once they get into it, it starts to become a quicker process for them. But yeah, no, like I said, I don't have enough hours in a day to sit there for hours editing one YouTube video. So yeah, but if I get big enough and I can afford one, I'll most certainly hire an editor. I think most of the bigger channels end up having editors anyway. Isn't there only like PewDiePie that does all his own videos? And I should be doing this on Twitch or something, shouldn't I? The next time I sort out my Twitch channel and do a stream. I don't think I've ever done that. I've done you know, when Mixer was still a thing. I've done a couple of Mixer things just because it was so seamless. Convenience will make me do a lot of things. Like, you know, when it was on the game console with Mixer, it was just click, and you were suddenly mixing whilst you were just playing games. So I was like, well, if it's that simple, I don't mind doing that. I probably had one viewer maximum ever. And most of the time I just forget to do it. I wish it would prompt me when I've launched games. That might have got me to do it more. Not that it matters, because Mixer died. and Twitch doesn't seem to have built the set integration in the same way to Xbox. You can obviously Twitch through Xbox, but I don't know how. Yeah, I should give it a try. But oh, why am I so bad at this game? Oh, stop speeding up. Can't you see I can't handle it? Oh, I would have loved to conquer this world whilst on doing this video, but let's be realistic, guys. It's not gonna happen. Let me just die. How many attempts on this? This might be my last attempt. I'm getting tired now. I think I've been going at least an hour. Even if anyone watches this video, they're not gonna watch for this long. So I better stop playing. This definitely should have been a Twitch stream. I should have Twitch streamed this and then maybe uploaded the stream afterwards or something. But anyway, we live and we learn. But if anybody has made it this far, drop a hell yeah in the comments so I know. And thanks for watching, man. Appreciate it. Hopefully you had a good time listening to me ramble on whilst playing Tetris badly in VR. You know? Maybe that should be the title of this video. Rambling on whilst playing Tetris badly in VR. It's an accurate title. It's definitely not clickbait there. You know? I don't want to be a clickbait guy, man. I want my title to accurately tell you what's in my video. And you come and watch it for me. You can be like, you know, he's being real with us. And we like him. That's the final attempt. Oh. Let's go. I think I'm going to stop trying to make things as high to try and make this attempt. Like, I'm just forget about the stacking, man. I've stacked a bit now. What I'll do is, if I manage somehow to get it down to the floor again, I'll try and stack up. But I'm not gonna try and like stack everywhere like I was sort of trying before, because it's clearly not working for me. I mean, it's like this. If you're lucky, you can score from combos. Maybe I should start thinking about comboing more. All I really think about is getting, you know, the Tetris big score. Perhaps I should think about combos more. I need a pro Tetris player to guide me, show them the ways. Tetris was super competitive in my house as a kid. We'd all have our little Game Boys and try to set like the family highest score on it. I think I held it for a bit. I think my elder brother probably held it the longest. But that was fun, trying to beat the family Tetris highest score. What's the magic of Tetris, man? Tell you one thing that's off-putting about becoming a YouTuber. It's very off-putting, but the amount of like channels that have like, you know, over 1 million subs or whatever, which if you're a YouTuber, I'm not even sure how much of a milestone it is. I mean, it's a milestone. 1 million's a lot of subs. You get a plaque for it also, but in a sense of, you know, once upon a time 1 million subs was like, oh my god, it's got 1 million subs. But you see that so often now. So the only ones that turn your heads now are like the multi-million subs, 10 millions or whatever. But yeah, as I was saying, one of the things that sort of puts you off a little bit is there's a couple of YouTubers I follow, you know, who have over 1 million subs and whatever, and I started paying more attention to engagement. just because I heard other YouTubers talking about it and things like that, especially if they were dissing each other. Like, oh, your audience isn't even engaged. And I was like, what does that mean? I realised that, yeah, these people have 1 million subs. But you look at their average views on a video and it's like, they'll be lucky if it's over 100,000 in some cases. And I was like, whoa. Again, 100,000 is a lot of people, don't misunderstand me. But it's way more it's going to get on this video. But it's like, to build up such a 1 million subs, and air quotes if I could do them. But they're just people that clicked. Maybe they watched 1 or 2 of my videos and then they never came back to my channel again or something like that. I'll do one more. They never came back to my channel. It's like, and do these channels make enough, like, from a financial perspective, how much money are you making from 100,000 video a week? And what is it about those channels where I've seen that have multi-million subscribers and they all actually watch the video? Their subscribers like sometimes almost match the views. I'd love to be a channel like that, but hard work and dedication and years what it requires, and who knows. I hear some people talk about the YouTube apocalypse and the YouTube bubble bursting and whatever, and that'd probably be my luck. Even if I started growing in popularity, YouTube would be old and dead by the time it would be like, oh my god, I finally got 10,000 subscribers, and they're like, yeah, but no one earns money from YouTube anymore because there's a new app out, or YouTube just don't pay you anymore, or whatever, I don't know. I'd probably know my luck be what happens. I'd be like, no. Oh, for goodness sake. That's not fair, man. See, if you weren't coming down at 1,000 miles an hour, I would have got that line. You know what, screw it. I'm restarting this attempt. I'm not counting. I know this one doesn't count back. This is the last attempt. I really am tired. Whatever happens now. Guys, well, that was my last attempt. At least my last attempt was a decent one. I got back to orbit again. Well, hopefully next time I play, I'll get it done. Thanks for watching, guys and girls. Peace out. Till next time.